From Washington, this is VOA News. I'm David Byrd reporting. Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton is calling on the FBI to release all details of its review of new emails discovered in an investigation of the estranged husband of her top aide. Speaking Saturday to supporters in Daytona Beach, Florida, Clinton called on FBI Director James Comey to put out what she called the full and complete facts about the new review of the emails.
Voters deserve to get full and complete facts. And so we've called on Director Comey to explain everything right away, put it all out on the table, right?
Scrutiny of Clinton's email practices came to the fore when Comey told Congress Friday that newly discovered emails are pertinent to a case involving her use of a private email server while Secretary of State. Comey gave few details and no indication that the new trove would change the FBI's decision in the summer not to prosecute Clinton for what he called her reckless handling of sensitive emails. Meanwhile, Republican candidate Donald Trump told his supporters that Clinton is corrupt and cannot be trusted to be president.
November 8th, the stakes could not be higher. A vote for Hillary is a vote to surrender our government to public corruption, graft, and cronyism that threatens the very foundations of our constitutional system.
Trump told the crowd the FBI's review of Clinton's email practices raises everybody's deep hope that justice at last can properly be delivered. This is VOA News. A new national poll released Saturday morning showed Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton's lead over Donald Trump had narrowed significantly. That's even before the FBI disclosed it had new evidence about her use of a private email server as Secretary of State. The ABC News Washington Post tracking poll showed Clinton clinging to a 47% to 45% lead over Trump among likely voters. That's a dramatic decline from her commanding 50% to 38% advantage less than a week ago. The latest poll results showed Clinton losing ground and were based on 4 nights of interviews that began Monday and ended Thursday. Iraqi forces advanced into a town south of Mosul Saturday as an Iraqi Shiite militia joined the offensive by opening up a new front on the west part of the city. Iraqi troops approached Mosul from the south, advanced into Shura after a wave of U.S.-led airstrikes and artillery shelling against militant positions inside the town. Commanders said that most Islamic State fighters withdrew earlier this week, using civilians as human shields, that is, but that U.S. airstrikes had disrupted the forced march, helping some civilians to escape. Iraqi soldiers and Kurdish forces, known as Peshmerga, are advancing on Mosul from the south, east, and north, capturing villages and disarming Islamic State booby traps. Iraqi officials on Saturday said a suicide bomber targeting Shiite pilgrims killed at least 7 people and wounded more than 20 in the capital city, Baghdad. No one immediately claimed responsibility for the attack, but the Islamic State group has repeatedly targeted Iraq's Shiite majority and security forces. Syrian government forces and their allies launched a counteroffensive Saturday under cover of airstrikes, trying to regain control of areas lost to insurgents on Friday in the northern city of Aleppo. The government had reported it pushed back a large attack on the south and west of the city. However, the rebels and the Britain-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights Monitoring Group said insurgents had taken control of an entire suburb in the southwest corner of the city. Syrian rebels continued their efforts Saturday to shake Aleppo from the government siege. And Icelanders are casting their ballots in a national election with the Radical Pirate Party hoping to unseat the center-right government. The election was called after the country's former prime minister resigned following protests that erupted after his offshore financial holdings were revealed in the Panama Papers scandal. For more, visit our website. I'm David Byrd in Washington.
That's the latest world news from VOA.